Hello and welcome to today's webinar by LedU Partners. For those that have been on our webinars in the past, I want to say welcome back. And for all you newcomers, it's nice to virtually meet you. And thanks for giving us some time today to see really the ultimate of all CRM comparisons. You know, I'm not talking about Coke or Pepsi or left Twix versus right Twix. It's time for the CRM showdown of Salesforce versus Microsoft Dynamics 365. My name is Chad Klett. I'm the Director of Marketing here at LedU Partners. We're a business and technology consulting company who partners with organizations to transform sales, marketing, and customer service operations and processes that are supported by core technologies, including customer relationship management, or CRM, and marketing automation. Now, when it comes to CRM, LedU is proud to be a partner of both of these top solutions. And we've been a Microsoft partner since our company's start back in 2007. We're proud to be a gold partner, and we just found out that we've once again been awarded to the prestigious Inner Circle. Now, when it comes to Salesforce, yeah, we're a top partner of theirs as well, and we have been since 2013. Now, before I introduce our presenter, I have just a couple quick housekeeping items that I want to cover. First off, today's webinar is being recorded and will be available on demand after the session. All attendees are going to receive a follow-up email from me after the webinar is complete with a link to access this presentation. Now, we encourage you to share this within your company and also your network. And to ensure the best audio quality, we have everyone on listen-only mode. But if you have a question, please submit those in the question pane of your GoToWebinar control panel. We've got a very full agenda today, but we'll definitely follow up offline and answer every single question that's submitted. Now that we've got those details out of the way, it's time to ring that bell and introduce our demonstrator for the day that's going to show these two CRM heavyweight champions compare as it relates to the sales factor. Now, I'm super pumped to introduce Tom Lemeron, pre-sales managing consultant with LedU Partners. Tom holds multiple certifications in both Salesforce and Microsoft Dynamics 365. Now, he's got a decade worth of experience in CRM environments, and he loves CRM because CRM is really the MacGyver of application platforms. It's always evolving, and it can be used for literally almost anything. Tom, thanks for joining us today.
Hey, thanks, Chad, for having me. All right, so like Chad mentioned, we have a jam-packed schedule today, as you can see, as we're going to be showing you both Dynamics and Salesforce. Let's dive right into it. So again, we're going to be comparing D365 Sales and Salesforce Sales Cloud. So with that, with any type of comparison or versus or anything, there's always some ground rules. So let's look at these ground rules. For today, to keep this really compact and really to show you the core capabilities that come kind of out of the box, these are both demo environments that I set up, and they're 30-day trial environments. And so again, just to reiterate, it's D365 Sales Enterprise and Salesforce Sales Cloud Enterprise. There are no configurations or customizations for this demo. This is out of the box as it gets. I mean, I literally logged in and signed up. There's no partner backing on any of these. So this is raw as you can get. There's going to be no add-ons or integrations. So I know both Salesforce and Dynamics have a lot of add-ons, lots of free, lots of paid add-ons. Today is just vanilla, right? We just want to show you the power of what the CRM platforms to do. The only exception to that is that I'm going to show you Outlook. They both have an Outlook add-on. They both work similarly on how that works. And so we're just going to show you today because that's kind of a core piece that most CRMs they think it's just part of it, and it is. And so we're going to show you the add-on that's included in both of the applications. There is sample data in there. I did create examples that I'm going to be using that are the exact same data between the two environments, but some might have a little bit more sample data than the other, or maybe the names of the sample data is different, but the examples I'll be using today will be the same. The rest of the data is just noise, or to be honest, to just put data into the dashboards so they look nice for you. And then what I'm going to do though is that instead of switching back and forth between the tools, because that can get pretty tedious, I'm going to demo all the scenarios in one tool, and then I'm going to switch over and demo the same exact scenarios in the other tool. All right, so what are those scenarios? Good question. Let's get into the comparison scenarios. So we are going to be the salesperson for this. So we're going to log in. I'll be honest, I'm already logged on. But what we're going to do is that we're going to log in and say, what are we going to do to plan our week? So that's what we're going to do through the desktop or laptop environment. So what does our upcoming week look like? What is that? We're going to do some lead management. We'll do some account contact management. We'll do opportunity management. We'll show you what Outlook looks like. And then we'll come back and say, all right, you know what? That's what we do to plan when we're in the office. And then we're going to show you what the salesperson looks like on the go, AKA through the mobile app. And we'll do some of the same capabilities through the mobile app. All right, pretty simple. So I know the next logical question is that who is going first? Well, to do that, we don't want to show favorites for any product or the other to say which one goes first or which one goes second. So we're going to play everyone's favorite game show called the Wheel of CRM. All right, as you can see on the wheel, they have both Dynamics 365 and Sales Cloud on here. So Vanna, will you please spin the wheel? And now let's see what happens. Oh, D365 gets it first. So Microsoft gets to show their skill sets up first. Salesforce, you're on deck. So with that, thank you very much, Vanna. Now let's get into our comparison of the actual environments. So now what we're going to do is that I'm going to switch over here and I'm going to bring up my Salesforce environment. All right, so just quickly before I jump into the actual demo, for those of you that don't know this, both Salesforce and Dynamics are both SaaS solutions so that you can access them through a web browser. All the major web browsers are supported. You just have a URL and a login and their security, of course. And as long as you have those items set up, you can access this wherever you have access to the internet. So that's what I did. Like I mentioned before, this is a 30-day trial environment that just got set up recently. And now let's jump into our different scenarios. So the first thing I'm going to do is that when I log into Salesforce, I get this nice home page. And so what it allows me to do is kind of lets me track my goals to see where I am actually compared to where I am. And I'm kind of a competitive person. So I see that, you know what, I will be meeting my goals, but I'd like to be a little bit further than where I am right now. So let's see what I can do from an opportunity, standpoint, and maybe get some of these deals to close quickly. But I also like to see what am I doing and what's happening. So I see I have a couple of events happening today shortly, and then I see that I have some tasks that I need to be completing. I also have some opportunities and some things that are going out here. I see they got a new lead assigned to me. That's great. I'm going to go look at that. And then I have some opportunities and things like that. So, all right, so let's start my day. Let's start to plan out what's happening here. So the first thing I want to do is that I'm going to go and look at that new lead that got assigned to me. So I'm going to go and click on Lisa Smith here. So now this has opened it up into the lead form on here. And the first thing you're going to notice is that I have this path going across the top. And it's just telling me where I am inside of my process. And since this is a new lead, I'm in the new status. And now it's just telling me different areas what I want to be doing. So, all right, the company is Salesforce Demo. See if I have any activities on here. I have a follow-up call that I need to do with Lisa. Let's check out the details here. All right, so Lisa is from Salesforce Demo Company. All right, she's here in Wisconsin. Okay, perfect. I saw the information I need. I am done with this one. I am fine. The industry, let me just modify what the industry is here, and this is a banking. So I'm going to save on that, and now I am just going to mark this as complete and go on to the next one. And now it just asks me some more questions about what I should be doing. All right, I feel pretty good about that. One of the things I need to do here is that I do need to follow up with Lisa Smith on here. So I made a call to her to figure out what was happening. So I actually want to log that. So I'm going to go here, discussed op with Lisa, and I don't spell too well. And then here are my details of the call. So I logged that call, I called Lisa Smith. So that means that this task is done. I am done with that. I love completing tasks through here. All right, once I talk to Lisa, this is a good lead. So I'm gonna actually convert this over to an opportunity. So I'm gonna go up here, whoops. I'm gonna go up here to the convert. area. And now what it's telling me is that, hey, these are some people, we have a new account, we have a new contact, and we have a new opportunity. I believe that is correct. I don't recognize this account name. I don't recognize this person. So I'm going to go into here and convert this lead over. All right. So now this has been converted. As you can see, I have an account created, a contact created, and an opportunity created for this lead. That's perfect. That's awesome. I'm going to go back to my leads here. Just go back to my list. I'm going to look at all my open leads. And there's no other ones that I really want to be working on right now. These are all, they're still good. They can stay in the lead status. But I know that I have an opportunity with this awesome firm called LedgeView Partners. So I'm going to go up here and I'm going to search for LedgeView. And okay, so LedgeView Partners, I see that there's some contacts I have already, an opportunity, but I'm going to go right to the account. All right, so I can see that I have a couple of contacts on this account right here. I have an opportunity on this account. I have some tasks and some follow-ups to go into here. I have some appointments that I need to be attending today. So, all right, lots going on with this account. But the first thing is that, you know what? I know if there's another contact that I need to add to this account. So I'm just gonna go here and add this contact onto here. And I'm just gonna call this Bill Smith. And he is a great guy. All right. So got that logged in there. So now I have the contacts that I want in here. Let's look at the details of this account. See if there's any additional information. Nope, I'm good on that. So what I want to do now is that I know that I'm going there, but I'm going to be on my mobile device when I'm actually managing that. So I'm going to go back to the related, and I want to do a little bit of research on what's going on with the opportunity. So I'm going to open up this opportunity here. And the first thing that pops out to me is that I am on the proposal stage. So I need to get an ROI analysis completed. I haven't done that. So you know what? I'm actually going to create myself a task on here to go and say, create, or let me see, get ROI, yep, ROI analysis completed. All right, perfect. I'm going to put that at the end of this week. Okay. So now I have that in here. I have a couple of other areas that I want. Let me look at the details of this one. This is a pretty good size one. You know, I'm almost there. So it's gonna be great to go out there and talk to them. Okay, so now I have really kind of ramped up on what I want to look at right here. Before I go, I do want to take a look at my emails and just kind of see what I have in my emails and track, you know, any of those emails or regarding those emails back to here. So let me switch this over to my emails. And I am just looking at Outlook through web access. This capability is available anywhere that you have Outlook. So it's on your desktop, on your web, and on your mobile. Just a reiteration, if you have it on your mobile, you do have to use the Outlook app. You can't use your mobile email application. You have to use Outlook if you want this on your mobile. With that being said, okay, I have this email for Salesforce. This looks great. You know what? I have this, it even says it's for Salesforce. I want to put this into Salesforce. So let's do that. So right up here, we have the nice Salesforce cloud. Press on there. So what's doing right now is just logging into my Salesforce environment. Once it's logged in here, the first thing that you're going to see is that, hey, who are the people? This person right here, mod administrator, who's getting this, is not somebody inside of my Salesforce environment. So this is a really handy tool, right? So let's say you have all these people on your email that you want to start adding to contacts inside of your Salesforce environment. I can do that right here through this people thing, depending on who's in my Salesforce environment and who's not. But the main important thing is that I want this email put into my Salesforce environment. So I'm just going to say log email. So log email allows me to, the first thing to do is that I can do a faster version of this where I can just go in here and it quickly just pins it into my email. Otherwise, I can select where I want this to go, right? And so right now I'm looking at leads, but I want to actually put this onto an account. So I'm going to search my accounts and I'm going to search our good old friends LedU. So I'm going to select LedU Partners here. And all right. And then it's also going to link it to Tom Lemerond, who is being sent there. This is getting confused a little bit because Tom Lemerond, I sent it from my email account, and Tom Lemerond is also a user inside of Salesforce. So that's why it's linking it back to that user. But most of the time, again, it'll link it to a contact. But I'm just going to save this. And now this little email is related, and bam, look at this. I even get this nice little tag says it's related to Salesforce. So quickly I can just see which my emails are related to Salesforce. When I, open up this email now it tells me that, hey, these are the people that it's linked to, and then here are the accounts. So it's linked to Tom Lemerond, and it's linked to this account on. Pretty simple. I can go through and manage all my emails through here through this nice little tool that's available anywhere I have Outlook. All right, so let me go back into Salesforce. So now I'm back into Salesforce, and the last thing I want to do before I jump on the road is that I want to do, my sales manager is on me all the time to making sure that I'm keeping all my opportunities up to date. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to click on opportunities here. And I'm going to switch over my view to my opportunities. And now I am in, this was supposed to be a surprise, but it's supposed to be in the table view first. So now I can just look at all my opportunities, and that's great, but it doesn't, it tells me the stages and everything, but it's kind of hard to manage it from here. So I'm going to switch over to my fancy Kanban view that you guys already seen. But now what I can do is that very easily I can look at these different ones and I know, you know what, this one right here, this needs to be in proposal. So I'm going to drag and drop it into proposal. It automatically moves it over. It recalculates the totals. If I want to do some more information on here, I can edit right through here. I can do different items. But now very easily, this is something that my manager, my sales manager, and I bring up on a weekly basis. And we can go in here and just make sure that the opportunities are all doing well. All right, I said that was the last step. I lied. The last step before I want to jump out and get in my car and head to my meeting that I'm almost be late to, I want to just see how I'm doing. I'm a competitive guy, and I want to see how I'm doing in relationship to other salespeople, other areas. So I'm going to go to the nice dashboards inside of Salesforce. I'm going to go to my dashboard area, and I'm just going to look at this sales dashboard. And like I mentioned beforehand, I didn't create any new dashboards or anything. So these are just the ones that come out of the box when you come into there. But now I can just see how I'm doing, where I closed in the fiscal year, where I'm at. I'm all right. I wish I was more closer to the green, but I'm not in the red yet. But again, some things I need to be working on. But I'm easily able to look at how I'm doing compared to others, how I'm doing compared to other quarters. Then if I want to drill into this, my pipeline a little bit more, I'm going to go and look at this report. And now very easily I can go and get the details, around what's breaking up on this report. Now I can start seeing some of my different things. And then, if I want to go and work on an opportunity right away, I can go right into my opportunity. And this is the one that we were looking at before, or that one I created before. So now I can finally go over and switch over to my mobile device. So for the demo, I like to actually demo directly in my mobile device. And so what I'm going to be doing right now is that I'm going to be switching over, and I'm going to switch the presenter over to my cell phone. So let me do that just quickly. Okay. All right, so I am on an Android device here. And with Salesforce, they have a free app. You can go into your, like mine is Marketplace or App Store and get this app, as long as you have a login you have the ability to go into here and see all the information on here. So I'm just going to refresh my information here. All right, so the first thing that you're going to notice, if you see along the bottom here, I'm in my today. So this is, again, this very quickly, it lets me see, what tasks I have that I want to be working on. I can look at more tasks that I need to be working on today. And very easily I can go into here and, I can complete these different tasks that are in here. So I know I did that, so I'm going to complete that. And then I know that I'm going to complete that. So now, again, even if I'm on the go, I can very easily go into here and manage my tasks and everything. But like I mentioned before, I'm going to go see our friends at LedgeView. So I'm going to go and I'm going to search for the LedgeView account right now. And now, it gives me some information, quick information about what I'm doing, where I'm going, but I'm going to look at the details just to make sure everything looking good. I'm going to go here. And, again, if I want to use my navigation to get to here on how I can do that, I can use my phone's navigation. That's no problem. And once I get there, what I really am interested in, though, is that I need to go and I need to look at my related information. And I'm going to bring up that opportunity, because this is the opportunity that I'm going to be working on. So I can see that it's in the proposal stage. I can see that, again, I already did the ROI, but now I can go into here and look at and start talking about what's happening with this opportunity, what's going on with this opportunity. And then being good from here, because I want to make sure that I'm, logging all my information that I'm having on here. So I'm just going to log this meeting on here. I'm going to call this on-site meeting. All right. And then inside of here, I am able to use my voice to text if I wanted to. And there, now I can, save that information that's specific to this opportunity. Now, if I wanted to, and, again, if I come back out and I have a little time between meetings, if I want to go and, look at my dashboards that I was looking at and just kind of look at some more information, I can do that through my mobile device. Again, the only thing that's different with my mobile device is that it's a little bit smaller view, but all the information, all the stuff that I can do through the desktop, I can do through my mobile device. And, just quickly get to different areas. I can go quickly get through my tasks, see what I'm working on. But it's really a nice and quick device. There's also offline capability on the mobile device. So if that's something that you're going to an area that doesn't have Wi-Fi or cell service, there is an offline capability that can be set up and configured for your mobile device. All right. Well, I know we went really quickly, but that was kind of the point of this demo, is that so now you saw Salesforce. So now let's do the exact same thing on the Dynamics side. So I'm going to switch back over. I'm going to switch back to my desktop and make myself the presenter. All right. Okay. So now you should guys, let me just going to convert this over here. All right, so now you guys should be seeing my screen. I'm going to switch this over to my Dynamics environment. So I'm going to start with the same spiel. So Dynamics, just like Salesforce, is a SaaS environment. So I can just go on to here, log on to a URL. All the major web browsers are supported. As long as I have a login and a password, I can access this anywhere I have a web browser. When I come on to this, I'm going to go into the dashboard area to start out with. And this just kind of gives me a view of what's happening. The nice thing is that I have my assistant over here to kind of tell me what's going on. So I have some upcoming meetings and then some reminders on here about an opportunity. some tasks that are due, some opportunities that I need to be working on that's on here. So this just helps me, go through and manage my day. I can also just kind of see how I'm doing, because this is an opportunity. I can look at this is a dashboard. I can look at what my tasks lists are here, and I have some visualizations that I'll get into a little bit when we go back into looking at dashboards. So with that being said, I want to go and like we did before, I want to start with my leads. I know a new lead got assigned to me, so I'm going to go over here and I'm going to click on leads. And this Lisa Smith is a newer one. All right. So I can see in this qualify one what they want me to do inside of here. If there's some tasks or steps that I want to be working on here. Let me just take a look at the actual details on here. Okay, again, I don't know Lisa. Looks like she's from D365 Demo. I can take a look at the website if I want to, but I see I have a task to follow up with Lisa. So just like before, I call Lisa, I talk to her, it seems like a good lead, so I want to qualify this lead. But before I do that, I actually want to log that I created that phone call. So I'm gonna go up here into my timeline and I'm gonna create a phone call. And this is for Lisa, and then let me see, discussed the lead, and then here's some information that is discussed. Let's put that on here. That sounds good. And we're going to save and close that. Now this task I completed, so I'm going to complete this task. And this tell me, do I want to say it's completed? And I do. So I'm going to close that. So now that task has been closed. And then just like before, this is a good lead, so I'm going to qualify it. So what it's going to do is come up and it says, hey, we're going to qualify a lead. Do you want to create an account, contact, and or opportunity? And I do. I want to create an account. I want to create a contact, and I do want to create an opportunity. So I'm going to click yes on this, and I'm going to hit OK. So now behind the scenes, these records are getting created. Should be getting created, of course, and I think because of my testing before, I did something that maybe didn't allow me to break this. So what I need to do is I need to go back to qualify, and I need to set this as active. And now what I can do is I can go over here and I can qualify this again and hit yes and hit OK. So I apologize for that. Because of testing for this demo, it caused a little bit of an error, but we got through it. So what it did is that behind the scenes, it created a contact, it created an account. So you notice that Lisa Smith is the contact. The account is D365 Demo, and I'm on the opportunity that it created from that lead. Okay, that's all I want to do so far. I qualified that lead. I was able to do that. I'm just gonna go back to leads. Take a look at my list. None of these other ones are great. They can stay in my leads area. But like I mentioned, I have an awesome meeting with these cool people called Ledger Partners. So let me go and let me find Ledger. So let me go and type in Ledge. And I see that they have some contacts, they have opportunities, but I'm going to go to the account for Ledger Partners. All right. So there's some things, I have the assistant over here is telling me some things that are happening about Ledger Partners. That's great. I have some of my contacts and my opportunities. What I want to do is I want to add another contact into here. So I'm going to go into here and create a new contact. And I believe if I'm keeping it correct, it's Bill Smith in here, and he was a great guy. And I'm just going to change this phone number so we don't get a duplicate detection warning, and everything else is fine. All right. So I create a new contact. So now Bill Smith is listed on here. But the thing that I really want to take a look at here is my opportunity that is related to this item. So I want to go here. I want to take a look at this opportunity. Oops. And now inside of here, I can see that, I'm in the proposed stage. I can click on the proposed stage and I can see what I need to be doing inside of here. So I have identified the sales team already, and I need to complete that internal review. I've developed a proposal, and then I can't present it yet. I need to do that internal review. So, okay, so I did enough of that. I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna create a task for myself to get internal review scheduled. All right, and that due date I'm gonna say would be this Friday. All right, so now I have this task created inside of here that I just scheduled for myself. The other item right here is that it just pops up if stuff happened that, since the last time you looked at this record that you're on, if other things happened, I can very easily filter on either of those to see what has happened on here. All right, great. So now I looked at the account. I went and I, managed the opportunity that's on there. Before I'm gonna leave, a couple of things I still need to do. So the next thing I wanna do is look at my email and manage my email. So I'm gonna go back to that same email client that we looked at before. And hey, look at this. There's an email for D365 sales. Perfect. So I'm gonna open up my email. Same thing, this is available for Outlook. It's available for any of the areas that you have Outlook, so your desktop, your web, and then your mobile device. Same thing with mobile. If you have it on your mobile, you have to have the Outlook app downloaded in order for this to work. But I have this email, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over here and click on D365, and it opens up a very similar window that you saw before. It's authenticating on here. What I forgot to mention, you can thumbtack this window on here. So if you just want your window to always show up here, this is both for Dynamics and Salesforce, you can just thumbtack it on. But what it's doing right now is that it's going into here and it's looking at it and it's saying Tom Lemerand. So yes, Tom Lemerand is a contact already inside of my Dynamics environment. And so I can go into here and then it shows that they're linked to this account. If I had more items on here, I am able to create new contacts through here if I wanted to. Otherwise, it will show me what I'm linking to existing contacts inside of my Dynamics environment. So now I do notice this is not tracked. So Dynamics calls it tracking. Salesforce calls this relating. But inside of here, I want to link this to my LedgeView account. So I'm going to look over here and I'm going to type in our friend's LedgeView. And it should be finding it. Hopefully, there we go. So LedgeView Partners, I'm going to link it there. And now it's tracked inside of here. And it tells me a little message saying it's been successfully tracked. And notice over here, I got that nice little tag that said that this has been tracked into Dynamics. So now I can very easily look to see what has been tracked and has not been tracked. Now it looks like my email is cleaned up. So let me go back into my Dynamics environment. All right. So I'm back in my Dynamics environment, and like I mentioned before, my sales manager really wants me to keep up with my opportunities. So I'm gonna go and look at the opportunities. So I'm gonna go over here and click on opportunities. And here's all my opportunities. Same thing, here's a list. This is all right, I can manage this, but I want to look at a different view here. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna say show this as a Kanban. So now I do have this Kanban view. It operates a little bit different than what you saw before. Same concept. It has the stages, it has the totals, it does have the ability to, total things up. But if I want to move something, so I'm going to say this one should be over here in develop. So I can click drag and drop. What it's going to actually do is open up the opportunity. And it's just going to say, hey, do you need to do anything in here, from a business process flow or anything like that, that I should be making them changing or anything? And the answer is no. So I'm just going to hit save and close. And now it's over here. And then these items have recalculated on total. Okay. So like I mentioned, I do this on a weekly basis with my manager. It's a nice way to just kind of see a visual inside of here. But now I want to go and I want to check my dashboards before I go and look into and jump in the car and head over to our friends at LedgeView Partners. So I'm going to go and look at dashboards here. You saw this same dashboard, so I'm just going to stay on this dashboard. But what I want to do is I'm looking at my sales pipeline. So I'm actually going to expand this chart so I can see it a little bit better. And now I'm going to drill into something. So I want to go into here and I want to see who are the customers. So who are the potential customers that are on here? So I'm just going to go here and type in potential and do this by potential, and I'll just do a column chart. Now I can see who my potential customers are on here, and I can keep drilling further and further into the data if I want to see that. Otherwise, what I can do is just go view records that are associated to this view. So I'm in the qualified stage, and now if I just do view records, it's going to show me the records that are in my qualified stage. Okay. So now I'm able to see everything. I'm able to see how I'm doing, what I need to be working on. Now let's jump in the car, and with that, let's jump over to my mobile device. So I'm going to the same cell phone here. Let's make him the presenter. Yep. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to head over to my Dynamics environment. So now if you notice, again, I'm on my Samsung Galaxy. So the mobile device is right here. It's a free app. All you need is a user ID and sign on in order to get it, and it can be downloaded through your marketplace, well, your app store that you have on your mobile device. So again, I'm going to start in here. I can look to see what I'm working on, kind of what my day looks like through my assistant here, what my notifications are, my reminders, and then I can kind of see how how I'm doing with my other items. But what I want to do is that, like we mentioned before, I'm going to go look for LedgeView. So I'm going to go to LedgeView Partners, and I can see that there's an account. Scroll over, there's contacts, and then there's opportunities. I do want to go to the account. I can see the information about the account, and I can scroll down and kind of see my related information. So again, you just keep scrolling up and down for how you want to see this. And I'm actually going to change this. Sorry, I'm going to just change this different view just quickly. And the reason why I should be able to get directions here. My demo environment must not be set up properly. I thought I had this up, and I apologize, but same thing. You can just hit get directions if you want to, and it goes to your GPS to show that. And then, once I'm done with my actual area, I'm going to go to the timeline here, and I'm going to create a new, I'm going to log this. I'm just going to log this as a phone call, kind of do something similar. And I can say on-site meeting. So most of the time, you're probably bringing up the appointment for it and putting in meeting notes in your appointment. Just because I don't have one set up right now, I'm just doing this through a phone call like I did before. And I can see information about that. Yep. Okay. So now I'm just going to save and close that. All right. Now, you can do the same thing. So if I go into here and if I'm going to enter a note here, I can use my same voice to text here so I don't have to type all my notes in. All right. So I'm just going to call this demo. All right. And let's save and close that. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my LedgeView Partners. I want to go and look at related information. I'm going to go over here and look at related opportunities. So I'm going to take a look at my opportunities that are on here. And now I can see, you know, again, all my information. Now I just scroll down what I want to be doing on my opportunity. I can see the steps I want to be doing. Notice I have, you know, I still need to complete that internal review. If I wanted to complete something, I can mark that as completed on here, and then I can keep going on and, you know, managing what I need to through the mobile device. As you've seen from the beginning, if I want to go into here and go into dashboards, you know, I can see the dashboards. I just have to scroll back and forth. The drilling capability is not on your mobile device, but I can still visually see all of my dashboards. There is an offline mode on here. And so if you want to go offline on your mobile device, you have the ability to configure and set that up on your mobile device. So with all of that being said, I'm going to switch back over here. I'm going to switch back over and make this a presenter. Okay. So now, and let me just make sure this is looking good. All right. Now what I'm going to do is that I don't have a slide, but what we showed you first, because they won from the wheel of CRM, we first showed you Salesforce. We went from the lead. We converted a lead. We showed you how to do opportunity management. We showed you activity management. Then we went over and looked at dashboards and the Outlook integration. And then we showed you mobile. And we did the exact same thing inside of Dynamics. We went in there. We looked at, you know, the lead. We qualified the lead. We went in and did account and opportunity management. We showed you dashboards, and we showed you the mobile device. So I know we crammed a lot in today. I hope that you see this as beneficial, just to kind of see the look and feel how the two, you know, sales applications do in both platforms. And now I do want to switch it back to Chad to finish up the webinar.
Thanks a lot, Tom. Great information. The wheel of CRM was very cool. I do want to point out that Dynamics 365 did win the wheel, but just like in football, they deferred to the second half, which is why Salesforce went first, I'm thinking. So again, this is a great time if you have any questions to put those in the GoToWebinar control panel. Hopefully you saw a lot of things that stirred your brain up today, and we'll make sure to follow up with you offline. Now, again, what Tom shared with you today really just scratches the surface of the capabilities of both Salesforce and Microsoft Dynamics 365. And if you're considering a move to one of these solutions, the very best way to evaluate them against each other is a personal demo. One where you can show exactly how these solutions can work or impact your specific organization. Each company has certain nuances about them, be it process related, culture, security, industry, and a host of other factors. The experts at LedGu can help you identify how these solutions can really match your needs, your challenges, and your goals. So please let us know, when we can set up a personal demo for you and your team. Now, if you missed my intro, we did record today's presentation. We'll be sending everyone a link to access this webinar on demand. This email will have my contact information. So if you do have any questions that arise at a later time, please feel free to just reach out to me. We also finally encourage you to visit our website. On the slide before that, you saw a lot of our resources we have out there, and we got a ton of them, including ebooks, infographics, blogs, how-to videos, and more on-demand webinars that cover sales, marketing, customer service, CRM, and just a whole lot more. So again, thank you to everybody for attending. Thanks to Tom Lemron for that great presentation and demo. And I want to wish everybody today, make sure you stay safe out there, stay well, and we look forward to speaking to you soon.